Says we're live.
Woo-hoo.
We're live. Welcome. We're back. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
Doing well? Excellent. Jake's almost ready to have some dinner. Told him no beer today, though.
No
That's
beer
why-
and no swearing. No beer and no swearing.
Well, light
Okay.
swearing's okay.
I'm going to try not to do why this is a charity event, and
You did pretty good at the last MetalCon stream. Melfi, what's going
and
on?
the charity will
Melfi's
explain
here.
itself, so it is better that I don't swear.
There you
There's
go.
my
Yep.
boy Will. I love
Melfi's
you,
here.
Will.
Will's here. We got
I love you,
Derp
Matt.
Derp Deuce here. Asa couldn't make it, but he said sorry. It's bedtime for him. He's over in Australia, so that makes sense. So, all right. Well, let's just dive right into it. Ready to announce our
I
charity,
think so.
Jake? All right. I'm gonna give you the honors.
Yeah, I want
why,
to
don't
give
you,
it.
why don't you announce our charity, and then I'll do the introduction and bring him in.
Well, I want to give you a little bit of background about why this charity came about. So, MentalCon 23, we raised £21,000 in 24 hours.
21,000.
Dollars.
Yep.
But it was just for the Wounded Warrior Project, and we don't get any feedback, and it was just for US charity. So somehow, after MentalCon 23, somebody sent me a link to this charity. I don't know who it was, whoever it was, thank you very much, because I looked into it, and it suits all our needs. It's a charity for the UK and the US, and potentially worldwide, but we can talk more about that with Mark from Comic Book for Kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's bring him in. Mark Weiss, founder and president of Comic Book for Kids. Mark,
Well,
how are you today, sir?
Good morning and good evening for our friends outside the U.S. And I want to start with just a small comment. I was going to say light swearing, not necessarily, but light beer would be okay. But I'm not going to
Light
go
beer?
against you guys. Yeah.
No, I'm going to be a good boy. Famous for drinking, but I'm going to be good.
Listen, it's a delight to be here. I want to thank all you guys for the honor of working with us, supporting our mission, and for everybody who's watching. Thrilled to have you. Thrilled to consider you my new friends. And please, you'll learn a little bit more about me and our organization as you go through this. But what you're going to find out is we're very hands-on. And if you actually reach out to me, believe it or not, I actually do answer the phone unless I'm working on the charity, and I actually do answer emails. And this team will tell you that as well. I'm pretty responsive in that. This is a project that's near and dear to us, and it's very important to us. So I want to thank this incredible team for supporting us this year. Nathan, thank you. Jason, thank you. You guys are all terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have here at the top, we have Mr. Matt Fuller, OCD Marvel Sketch Cards, the Sketch Card King.
Matt, you're my hero, man, because those are amazing. I mean, your name is legend. Okay, let me just leave it at
that. He is going to be one of the co-hosts joining us this year for the event as we expand it, so that way Jake and I don't have to worry about being on stream like the entire time. So this last year we did 24 hours straight with Jake and I pretty much on camera for almost the entire stream, and that will wear you down very quickly. So it'll be nice to have some additional hosts with us this week.
Yeah, I would do the coffee over the light beer then. Just a thought.
Yeah. Lots of energy drinks, that's for sure. So Mark, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into doing this as a charity and a nonprofit organization?
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll for 5 minutes. You guys could just refresh your coffee cup and
go right ahead.
Let me go here. So as you can see, even by the way, comics does age you. Even though I may look older, I'm really 30. I'm just gonna stop right there and move right on. Okay, but look, what I did is comics have always been a passion of mine. I always loved sharing the mythology of the industry with others. And as I worked, in corporate America, as I did, comics were always something that I was near and dear and passionate for me. And I got to a point where I said, how do I create something where I could make a difference, yet at the same time share my love of comics with those who may not know what they are, or perhaps could use the escapism and the fantasy world that comics provide. So it came up to me that said, well, maybe I'll create a charity for kids in hospitals. And it was just a random thought that said, Mark, you do have a few comics in your collection. And maybe you could just find a charity and give some of these comics to the kids in hospitals. So I went on Google and searched for comic book charity. And I saw a few hits and I called them, but I sent emails, but never got a response, ever. So I then continued to search Google, and my only conclusion was, excuse me, that my Google search skills were abysmal. I mean, I had to believe there was something out there that did this, but there I couldn't find one. So I said, you know what? Let's just do this. And I told my son, I'm gonna start a comic book charity. And a year goes by and nothing happens. Nothing. One day in the early spring, about 7 years ago, my son calls me. And this is a quote. He said, Dad, are you going to get off your ass and actually do something with this charity? And I said, you know what, Mike, it's time. Now, for those of you outside, in the Chicago area, we have a convention called C2E2, Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. And that was like 3 days away. So I said, how long would it take you to get a domain name for us and get a website up? He said, oh, I can get a website in 10 seconds. What are you going to put on it? So, well, we'll figure that out. So now we're 3 days away from C2E2 with just an idea. We're nothing more than a concept. We're nothing more than an idea. And so we went on and we typed comics for kids. Now we're going to register the domain comics for kids. But it was taken because comics for kids are those entertainment guys that goes to children's birthday parties. So we couldn't do comics for kids. So we tried comic book for kids and boom, now we're up and running. Very good. I then basically wrote a Word document that I gave to him. And it was so basic, but I wanted to get something up there. And it said, retailers, you want to work with us? Give us a call. Publishers, you want to help make a difference for kids in hospitals? Give us a call. I mean, it was just a basic skeleton because, again, we were still in concept phase, right? I hadn't even gone to C2E2. We've been up and operating for a day. I called a few hospitals and I said, hey, if we were to give you guys comic books, is this something that you would be interested in? Called 5 hospitals, not a good sample size, but it was 5 hospitals. All 5 said, amazing, we'd love that. Okay, great. I go to my local office store. I get my business cards printed up. So now obviously I'm real. I got a business card and I got a website, right? I'm real. And so a skeleton website with no money to my name, with not even a real IRS charity at this point. We're still 2 days in. I walk into C2E2. And the first thing I do is I walk up to the IDW booth. And I look at a gentleman, it was Dirk Wood, who has moved. I think he's with Imager Dark Horse now, but he's moved a bit. But he was director of sales for IDW at the time. And I said, hi, Dirk, you don't know me. My name is Mark Weiss. I just started a charity called Comic Book for Kids. We're going to be providing materials for children in hospitals and cancer centers. Is this something you'd be interested in working with us on? He said, absolutely. I went, really? Because I didn't expect the yes.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is awesome, Dirk.
Shocked.
So now I'm trying not to jump up and down, right? I mean, I'm trying to be cool. Like that's good, Dirk. That's great. But inside my head's exploding. Okay. And he said, Mark, I'm really, really busy with meetings this week, as you can imagine, but call me on Monday. Now I'm empowered. I walk away from the IDW booth. And right next to it was a Dark Horse booth. So I walk up to the Dark Horse booth and there's a young lady there. And I said, hi, you don't know me. I was just talking to your friends at IDW, but my name is Mark Weiss. I'm starting a charity for kids in hospitals and would love to have your support. And she looks at me and she says, can I give you a hug? Now, political correctness being what it is across the US and UK and the rest of the world, things are a little different today, but this was only 7 years ago. And I looked at her and said, listen, I'm never going to turn down a hug, but can I ask you why you said that to me? And she said, Mark, you wouldn't know this, but I'm in the booth with one other person. And she just left to get coffee. But the last thing I said to her was, it is a shame we have to throw so many of these materials away. I wish there was an organization we could give these materials to rather than throwing them away. She goes off to get coffee. You walk up and introduce yourself.
Awesome.
I said, I'll take the hug.
That's fantastic.
And that was the moment that I knew this was real. Now I'm going to jump to the spoiler alert. I was going to jump to the edge. That's where we started 7 years ago. Today we support over 200 hospitals in all 50 states, to all demographics, kids and teens. The lists of hospitals are on our website. You can check them out yourself. If it's on there, it means we send to them and they are part of our distribution list. And then, because of the fact, there we go. Yeah, just start going down on this list. If you see it on there, we literally work with this hospital. Okay. And it's a pretty daunting list. And by the way, this is not even updated yet. I still need to update more. There's a dozen hospitals in the UK I need to add to this because our friend Will, again, spoiler alert, we have a branch in the UK where we do this as well.
Yes, thank you, Mark.
Oh, listen, and we'll get to that in just a second, my friend. So we started this, and all of a sudden, overnight, we became the largest charity in the United States for comic books and pop culture items to kids in hospitals and cancer centers. And we do this every day of the year. On Christmas, when a hospital sends me an email saying, I need materials, I will respond back to them because sickness doesn't take a holiday, and neither do we. We are committed to this cause. So that was our humble beginnings. And again, I'm going to jump to the end, but then we started receiving materials that were inappropriate for kiddos, right? Because comics, if you take a look at them, what percentage of them are for kids and what percentage of them are for teens and adults?
Right, yeah, absolutely.
And what you find out is that
graphically or storyline.
Right, 95% are not going to be. I mean, we don't want Wolverine popping claws into someone's neck, and having a little kid say, "Hey, Mom, this is cool." Yeah, it is, but not when you're, 5 and moms. Yeah. So we decided that we needed to come up with a methodology for a way of utilizing all this materials. So interestingly enough, and this is actually you're one of the few people I've ever told this story to. Somehow, some way, I got in touch with Will, the nephew of Will Eisner, because I wanted his help with something. And we were talking about, we're thinking of doing military, and his nephew Carl said to me, and by the way, guys, I'm not part of this industry. I have never been part of the comics industry. So this is me on the outside trying to bring this industry together on behalf of the kids, right? So now I'm talking to the nephew of Will Eisner. My head's exploding again. And he goes, Will used to be in the military and used to do things. And then it really hit me and it just locked down. We're going to start an organization called Comic Book for Troops. Can you see the website? Can you click on that Comic Book for Troops icon on the upper right-hand corner there of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you page down a little bit, you're going to see some really cool pictures of just troops holding. And the fact that we've got the military that actually send us these pictures and agreed. Look at these guys. We sent them pallets of comics. That's them excited, like little kids, grabbing long boxes
Love it.
out of a trunk, pallets. So overnight, so we started Comic Book for Troops to utilize the materials we were receiving. And overnight, we became the largest charity in the U.S. for all branches of the military. So
that's fantastic.
So today, as I stand here talking with you, we're the largest charity in the U.S. and literally in the world for comic books and pop culture items. And we're the largest charity in the U.S. for comics and all pop culture for all branches of the military. And this is from the humble beginnings that I shared with you, just walking into C2E2. And I don't know how much time we have. I mean, I can get you to how we got from point A to point B, because again, leaving C2E2, we were still just concept. We were still not even embraced by the charity. But that was how we started, gents. And for all of you who have just joined, a pleasure to say hello. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining this and for listening to me now talk for 10 minutes without taking a breath. So I appreciate that.
That's fine. That's what you're here to do. You're the guest. You're the next year's charity. You can talk as much as you like, mate. Honestly, it's an amazing story. It's great to listen to.
Well, I will tell you, no one is perhaps more surprised than me by the success. We get feedback, and you're looking on our website of some of the feedback we get. And I get emails sometimes, sometimes that I can't even put on our website. That I had an email from someone that says, "Mark, you have no idea what you've achieved. I grew up and I was an abused child. My mother used to bring me comic books when I was in the hospital. It got me through. You don't realize it, but you are helping so many people in so many different ways." And the letters started coming in from the doctors, from the nurses, from parents of the patients. And it made me realize that these crazy little things that we take for granted or we fight over, these comic books, these action figures, the pop culture genre that we all live in today, in the eyes of a child, is an escapism. It's a way of making a difference. I had a nurse send me an email saying, "Mark, you don't even realize this, but patient that came in that didn't speak any English. And so I took one of the items from your box that you sent us, and the child became very animated, sat up, started giggling, and we developed a rapport. And where I once had a child that was crouching and hiding deep into their bed, I now had someone sitting up, smiling at me, animated. And we were talking about comics and superheroes. Go down a little bit. Go to the very top of the page. Sorry, wrong way. I apologize. Click on in the upper right-hand corner. You're going to see our F for Facebook. Click on Facebook. I want to just illustrate something about Facebook. That post right there is I do all the writing. If you click on more for that first one, you're going to see that's Mark losing his mind and doing a little poem of the night before Christmas. CB4K wise, I would encourage all of you guys to read it. It's fun, it's lighthearted, it's warm. But I want to tell you about our Facebook. Our Facebook has no negativity in it because that's not what we're about. We're about positivity. We're about making a difference in this industry for kids, for teens, for the military. That's boxes I got from Funko 2 days ago. Santa came early is the post. So Funko, obviously, as you can see, supports us. I did not know those were coming. I did know boxes were coming. I did not know those boxes were coming. What you all don't know is right around the corner, there is an elevator in the building, but they put this in a place where I had to carry each and every one of those boxes up 20 flights of stairs, which was fun. But this is what we do. I mean, all our Facebook is about making a difference. One last thing I will share, and then I will take a breath. Man, 20 minutes. It takes me 5 minutes to say my name. This is the problem, guys. I was in the car and someone called me. And he said, Mark, you don't know me. You answered the phone. I go, well, yeah, I actually do answer the phone. He goes, I'm surprised. I go, why? I don't know. I just didn't think you'd answer the phone. I said, well, that's why my phone number is on the bottom of all my emails. You're welcome to call me. Anyone who wants to make a difference in this charity is my friend, and I'm accessible to you, because this is, look, I'm glad to be the face of this charity, but one man cannot create the world. I need the legions. So I'm thrilled for all of you who have never heard of me or don't know about us. I'm thrilled you're joining this, because you are now my new friends, and I encourage you to drop me emails or to call me. You're welcome to. But this gentleman called me as I'm in the car. I answered the phone. He says, Mark, he said, I just sent you a box, but there's something I want to share with you. I said, okay. He says, in a world where we come up with everything that seems to divide us, where we put people in boxes, where we divide by gender, race, color, creed, religion, you bring us all together. And I'm on the phone, and he said, you have brought this industry together because you send materials to the kids and you don't know where they go. They go to everybody. Your organization, because of its positivity, are bringing people together on a positive cause. And as you guys all know, for 21 minutes I've been talking, and that moment when he shared that with me, I was silent. I couldn't speak. Because again, I never realized the impact when your head's down doing what we do, shipping boxes, talking to hospitals, working with retailers, trying to do what we do. And I don't have any major financial corporate sponsors. That's a fact. We have the publishers in the industries, we have the retailers, we have social media support, we have influencers. So we get the materials quite often, but we don't have any major financial sponsors. So when I heard that, it was just a warm-hearted thing. And that is what we are about, for those of you who don't know us. We are working on behalf of kids and teens and the military to make a difference with these crazy things called comic books and the pop culture genre. And if you can't tell from behind me, I kind of love it myself too. So, there you go. I'm going to take a breath now.
Yeah, no problem.
And I apologize for taking so much of your time.
You can take as much as you need to. That's great.
You need to explain the story or the story behind everything. That's the history, and it is an amazing story. I mean, when someone did send me the link, again, I wish I knew who it was so I could thank him. Instantly, I looked on Instagram and I looked on your Facebook page, and as I went through everything, I just thought, and I watched your page for like a couple of months before. I spoke to Nathan about it straight away, and he's like, "Well, look at this, Nathan. This fits us perfect." And it was just the reality of it, and you could see that the hard work was being done.
Yes,
and looking at it, it wasn't like a $50,000 really flashy Swish website. You could see it's just like a website of people who are just working hard. They're not, and it just all comes through on every page that you've got.
It's really interesting. I've had people say to me, "Hey, Mark, let's get you a really fancy, high-profile website." And it's like, guys, this is a grassroots effort to me. This is what it is. Yeah. We are all working together. And, if I get more money for the charity, I'm not going to put it toward the website. I'm going to put it toward sending more materials for the kids. And that's the thing. I will share with you another small story. My small stories seem to go for 20 minutes, but this will be even smaller. So you heard how I walked out of C2E2. Now I'm empowered, right? Because now we've got publishers saying this is cool. But there are two things that have to happen. I did not want this to be the Mark Weiss charity. It's not a foundation. This is not me. I'm okay being the face, but I wanted this to be all of us. I wanted this to be the industry. So I knew to do that, I had to have credibility with the industry, and I'm an outsider, complete outsider. No one in the industry knows me. No one. Yeah, I collect comics. Yeah, I love pop culture. I'm not in the industry. 7 years ago, there was one distributor, really major distributor. I bet you guys know who I'm talking about. Today, there's multiple ones, right? But 7 years ago, remember, you guys know who there was? Diamond.
Oh, yeah, Diamond.
So Diamond was the distributor. In other words, if you're a retailer, you're working with Diamond. So I knew I needed credibility. So I took the Diamond Previews catalog, it's that thick. I mean, it's just massive, right? And I opened the first page. And I look on the bottom and I see Steve Jeppy, who's the owner, and all their direct reports, and I see their operation exec. Pick up the phone, call Diamond, the reception answers, hey, can I talk to John? He's your operations exec. Who is this? I said, no one he knows. He's not going to answer the phone. Put me through to his voicemail. They did. I said, John, you don't know me. My name is, I said, you're an operations exec. I'm starting something that I really need your help with. Here is my ask. I want you to call me back and give me 5 minutes. If after 5 minutes, I have wasted your time or you don't like what you're hearing, I'm telling you right now, you may hang up the phone. But please give me the courtesy of a 5-minute call. Because I knew I needed Diamond, because Diamond is the industry at this point. Within an hour, my phone rang. Their operations exec called me and I explained what I was trying to do. The phone call lasted an hour and a half. Flash forward, Diamond agrees to work with us. Not yet sure how they want to do it, but they had committed to working with us. No, that's not fair. They had said that they would take it forward to talk with their senior executive team to work with us, but he loved it and he felt that that would happen, and it did. And then 6 months later, actually 3 months later, I get a phone call because San Diego Comic-Con is going on. Someone said, Mark, did you hear? I hear what? Did you hear? Did I hear what? You don't know. This is why I'm 30. Like I said, I don't look it, but I am, okay? He said, I'm at the retailer event at San Diego Comic-Con for Diamond. I just announced our relationship with you. Like, you're kidding me.
Awesome.
And I had no idea.
That's amazing.
I had no idea. But
nobody told you ahead of
the
time.
mission and they wanted to make a difference. So now I'm super empowered, but now I'm also a little nervous too, because I'm not even real. I mean, I'm doing stuff, but I'm not real. And if you want to be real in the United States, you have to be recognized by the federal government as an organization, as a charitable organization. That's just the way it works. Same in the UK. By the way, we are registered with the charitable trust in the UK, so we are official, as you know. But now I realize we have to become a charity in the U.S. So, still with no money to our name, again, I'm what am I doing here, right? I look up organizations I look up legal support for becoming a non-for-profit. And I find an organization, again, for those of you who joined late, I'm Chicago-based, and I found an organization in Chicago. I'm not Chicago, I'm suburbs, but Chicago-based, I say. And their mission was to help organizations become non-profit. So I call them and I say, hey, listen, I'm thinking of doing something that I think is fun and I think will make a difference. How does this work? They said, well, we help the underserved and help organizations become charities. And I stopped and I said, guys, with all due respect, I'm not underserved. I'm a white male, middle-aged. I have a decent income. I was in corporate America. I don't want to take anything away from anybody else. The person said, Mark, it's not about you. Who is your customer? Who is the work effort you're creating going to support? And I said, children in hospitals all across the country. And she said, I think I'd consider some of those underserved, and perhaps, because I don't want to, don't maybe some places in poor areas there would be underserved. I said, in many cases in this country, they're fighting for hospital care. She said, then it's underserved and we would support you. I said, great, how does this work? She said, well, give us a non-refundable check for $150. I didn't even have $150. This was all, again, still concept, right? I said, fine. And she says, I need a business plan. And what I do is I shop this around to attorneys in the area, and as part of their give back, they will choose a charity to work with. I said, fine, I'll get it to you. She goes, I need a good business plan. Great, I'll give it to you in a week. No, Mark, I'm not being real clear. So, okay, what? So the way this works is we do this once a month. We compile all the packets we get from everybody that wants to be a non-for-profit, and when we send them out to all the legal teams in Chicago and let them choose. I said, yeah, I got you. I heard you. Well, I'll give me a week. She goes, we do it once a month. Yeah. She goes, what's today's date? What? I said, I don't know, Friday the 20th. She goes, right. The day we do this is Monday. Great. I'll have a proposal for you on Monday. She says, Mark, I can see her shaking her head over the phone. I can perceive the guy is clueless look that's going through her face. Right? Mark, it needs to be a thorough business plan. I need your mission, your objectives, your financial plan. Who's going to be on your board of directors? What's the 5-year plan? Who's your competition? Where do you want to be? What? Now my head is exploding again. And I said, when do you need it by? Monday at noon. Sure. You will have it by Monday at noon. Now, I recognize I'm older, but I do remember the midnight oil at college. We were talking about light beer before this came on. It wasn't light beer that I was drinking in college when I was going around the clock working, okay? It wasn't. But I went back into that mode, grabbed the laptop, took a deep breath, got the coffee, and said, okay, where do we start? What is my mission? What is my objective? Where do I want to be in 5 years? Who is my board? What are my financial projections? Which, by the way, I had not done any of that. So it was really, in essence, a wonderful exercise to get my mind focused on what do we want to achieve and what time frame. So again, the business aspect. Worked ridiculously long. Monday, I'm doing final edits. End up with I've got a 35-page typed document. Looked pretty, had content. At 11 o'clock, I prayed that the meme of sending something when the internet goes down doesn't happen to me, and it didn't. It went off, and I took a breath and then went and got some sleep. The next day, my phone, and by the way, they said to me, give it a week. The next day, my phone rings. Mark, I have great news for you. I said, okay. He said, we had legal teams fighting over your proposal. She said, I have picked out one that I think you will really like. They're a very high-profile legal team in Chicago. They will sponsor you and help you become a 501c3 at no cost.
Wow.
Amazing.
Expect a phone call from them in a couple hours. They called me in a couple hours. They said, how soon can you come down? I said, how soon can you meet with me? Yeah. 2 days later, I was in their boardroom meeting with a bunch of suits, and we're talking. And what's the name of your charity? Comic Book for Kids. Why do you make comic books one word? What? Yeah, make comic books one word. Really? It's two words. Yeah, we know. Make comic books one word. Capitalize the C and capitalize the B. It's different. Okay, we'll do that. So that's where comic books as one word came from. It's not that we don't know how to spell. It's just that our lawyer, who was doing all this for free, if that was what I could give back to them for supporting me, I was so glad to do it. And then I looked up that Stan Lee always said comic book should be one word, so I just say it's because Stan Lee said so. But now people who are watching this really know the truth. So, they submitted the paperwork. They said it's going to take 4 months, and in 4 weeks, it came through. I got a phone call saying, Mark, it came through fastest we've ever seen it. It had nothing to do with who we are. It was simply a matter of timing and luck and everything else. And we became a legitimate non-for-profit in the state of Illinois. And that's what we needed, because now as we approached and went back to the publishers and everybody else, we could validate that we were legal, legitimate, and any donations made to us were returned back with a donation receipt specifying who we were. Because I will tell you, any organization that wants to work with us will say, are you a legitimate nonprofit? So, I mean, that's the humble beginnings. And to this day, I mean, stories can go on, and I will probably be hopping on quite often. That's how it started. And then I get a map of the U.S. because my goal is to have hospitals in every single state. So how do we do it? I pick up the phone and I start calling hospitals. Then I realized this is crazy. Why don't I find an organization that supports hospitals that maybe want to help us? Which brought me into working with the Children's Hospital Association, who said, we can't send anything out on your behalf. But what we can do is show you a list of all the hospitals that we work with.
How to do it.
And I got the names of the hospitals, not the contacts, but the names of the hospitals. And that ended up starting a relationship with the Children's Hospital Organization, to which is really cool. Once a year, they go down to Washington, D.C. They campaign for children's health care for kids that don't have any money. We were one of 3 sponsors to send them toys, comic books, and coloring books, just so when the kids and the parents were there, they had something. We're thrilled to be able to help support this mission, and in a way that, again, what was the thought, right? Now, I will tell you guys, let me explain my retirement plans. Let me just explain to you an old guy's retirement plan, okay? I'm retiring, right? So my vision of starting a charity was as follows. Mark wakes up. Mark plays Witcher 3, maybe God of War again, because Mark likes Witcher 3. I've played it a million times. No, maybe 5, but that's neither here nor there. And we're going to play God of War because I get stuck in that freaking rowboat, and I always end up going the wrong way on the boat. But we're gonna get through that. All right. Then Mark's going to work out because Mark likes to work out, and then maybe once or twice a week we're going to do some charity stuff because that's what we're going to do, right? Today, Mark gets up, 7 o'clock. Mark checks his email at 7 o'clock. Mark doesn't work out. That's why this camera's on my face. It's not looking down. I'm actually not that bad. But needless to say, I don't work out as much as I would like, which is like at all. I really do want to play video games and online games again someday. And I spend 70 hours a week because this is my passion. This is my heart. This is what I love to do. Make a difference. At 11 o'clock at night, I will still be answering emails. During the day, I will be in my unit. We have a suite. We have 3 suites indoor. We have to because of infectious disease protocols, which I knew nothing about when I started this. And 70 hours a week, I will do this. Now, why do I share this story with all of you and all your great viewers? Guys who are watching this, listen to me. When the day comes and it's time for you to retire, just retire.
Just get out.
Get out. The military thing has been I will come back on at some point and show you something that they sent me. It's one of the only plaques, spoiler alert, I have in the house. But when you showed the pictures, you saw the smiles.
Yeah.
We have men and women protecting our shores who, in their own way, need distractions just as much as the kids in hospitals do. We work with the military in two different ways. In some cases, we work with the chaplains and directly send to their organization, but that's US based. We also realize while we ship directly to hospitals here in the US, I'll get to the UK in a moment. I also realized that we didn't have the reach, and I wasn't an approved military organization to be able to get materials to all the troops. So what I did was reached out to organizations that already are providing care packages to the military. Told them what we did. They jumped at it because they're creating boxes, right? They're putting toothbrushes in boxes, little gloves, little snacks, little knickknacks. And now they put some escapism called comic books or graphic novels. So what's really cool about this is nobody knows our name. When we send materials to the kids in hospitals, the hospitals get it and give it to the kids and the parents. Our name's not involved. We don't stamp our name on anything. We're behind the scenes. When we go to the military, in many cases, we're providing materials to those other organizations. Again, those organizations are the ones who the military believes is providing it all. And I'm great with that because this is not about a pat on the back. No one needs to know me or know our name. That's not what this is. This is about making a difference. And that's what we did. I mean, we give thousands. I think last month we gave several thousand graphic novels to an organization. And then it occurred to me, what if we could expand this mission? What if we could make a difference outside the US? In a roundabout way, I end up meeting Will, who was a new dad and wanted to be here but couldn't be because his little one's now just 6 months old and he's doing little monitoring duty. And we decide to become a charity in the UK. Now, again, I don't know how to do this. So I called my legal team in Chicago and I happened to say, hey, you wouldn't happen to know any legal team in the UK that might want to comp us? Mark, we have an office in the UK. I said, give me a freaking break. Are you serious? Yeah, we have an office in the UK. I said, am I in your good graces still? I mean, like really good graces? They said, yeah, we love what you're doing. They contacted their office in the UK. The UK attorney called me. And we went through the whole process again. I had to put together a very large document for the Charity Commission in the UK.
Yeah.
We went back and forth on this. The Charity Commission, look, it's not the UK. It's the same with the US. The rules and regulations that mandate government practices and procedures are just overwhelming at sometimes. So, I mean, we said we were providing comic books and pop culture, and the Charity Commission came back and said, well, what is it, comic books or pop culture? So we had to go back and say, both, here is what we're doing, and lift stuff out. I mean, and went back and forth. And then we became an official UK charity with our own number. It's all listed. It's on our front page, and it's on our main page. Our 501c3 for the U.S. and Charity Commission number is on the main page of our website, literally showing everybody that we are legitimate. We became very real in the UK, and our friend Will, who runs the UK, actually sent me an email. And I asked him for this morning because just to remind me. I said, Will, I know you've been working with some hospitals in the UK. Could you share with me how many? He goes, just in the past year, Mark, I've done 12. Homerton, RLH, Newham, King's College, Whipps Cross, King George, Queens, Whittington, St. Mary's Paddington, St. George, Elvina Children's Hospital, UCLH, and he goes on. He goes, this year, new for us, we got Rebellion, Boom, and Titan. supporting us. So now overnight, we're the largest charity in the UK. Not overnight. It's not overnight. It's hard work. But we're now the largest charity in the UK. And that's only really London. I mean, we are UK, England, Ireland, Scotland, the UK part of Ireland. So, I mean, I got an email from someone in Australia that wants to send me books. I wrote back, why don't you start this? Work with me and start this in Australia. So, you know, can we expand? Sure. It just takes time, love, passion, and effort. But I could not be prouder of what Will has done in the UK, and I'm thrilled to, you know, intercept and talk and build this out, because, again, gents, no one expected this to become what it is.
Yeah.
Certainly not me, but I'm thrilled it is what it is.
Can I put you on the spot, Mark?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So
yeah,
let's say, I like putting people on the spot. Let's say, for argument's sake, we raised the 21,000 again. Nobody knows. It might be 2,000. It might be 40. We don't know. And I am putting you on the spot. What would you potentially do with that money?
Oh, that's easy, man. I'm going on a personal cruise. I'm taking your money. I'm going on a cruise. I'm saying, screw this charity. I finally got my money, and I'm out of here.
What I was getting at is, like, do you need a picture of that? You know, for.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Yeah, please.
For those of you who joined a little late, I basically said we really don't have any major financial sponsors.
You did, yeah.
Every year I put together our plans for the year as a charity. Again, it's a business. It has to be. The goal is to try not to spend more than we bring in. Guess what I did this year? I spent more than we brought in, because I ultimately believe in this. But the goal is, in answer to your question, to take the 200 hospitals we support to 500. To send more boxes more often, to get bigger boxes, to get more items, to increase our shipping, to get more space indoors, because we're running out of space and I have to have indoor space. So the reality is, our lease space right now, is $12,000 US a year. I have to spend that because I have to maintain inventory. Okay. Our shipping costs you guys know what shipping is. Again, I sent a note to 200 hospitals, and some hospitals say, I don't want anything this time. Other hospitals say, send me 2-3 boxes if you can. And our boxes are not small, and they average anywhere from $25 to $30. We also support Canada. So we go to we're North America, really. I didn't mention that. And when I'm shipping to Alaska and Hawaii, each box is going to cost anywhere between $75 or over $100. We ship. I don't diminish. I don't care where they're from. It's a kid in the hospital, needs money, needs a box, needs the stuff. So where does the money go? It simply goes right back into operating the business, doing more for the kids, doing more for the troops. I want to be able to send more pallets to the military, but shipping costs money. So you ask me any question you want, because every penny we get goes into expanding this mission and doing more of what we do every single day.
Now, Mark, on top of the growing the comic book aspect of it, you and I talked the other day about something that you're looking to add to the comic books themselves. And that's where our community, I think, can be a big benefit to that as far as jumpstart.
I did. So when we first started, the name of our organization being Comic Book for Kids, it's all we were. Again, I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know where this was going to go. So I have a retailer send me 50 copies of Spider-Man because someone had bought a 1 in 100 or something years ago. So he sends me 50 copies of Spider-Man. I said, thanks. I call a hospital. I said, hey, I hope I'll be able to give you more. But I have 50 copies of a Spider-Man book. It's going to probably skew a bit older. You want them? I said, sure. I get in my car and I drive 25 minutes to the hospital, hand deliver 50 copies of Spider-Man. And this was our humble beginnings, right? Flash forward, and now our boxes are 16 by 12 by 16 or 16 by 16 by 16, sometimes 20 by 16. They weigh 30 pounds. They're good sized boxes. And there's comic books, there's coloring books, there's children's books, there's action figures, there's t-shirts. But you know what what I really want, and I've been trying to figure out how to do it, is I want to add some cards, get some cards in there. I had a retailer throw me some small little Pokemon starter decks, maybe 10 cards that were already wrapped, that they probably picked up at some convention. I was so excited to have some cards to share with the kids. So every box got a pack of these until I ran out. And I only had it ran out pretty quickly. I only had like 50 of these packs, and I've got a couple hundred boxes. And so I would love to have some cards. And I'm not talking about expensive cards. I'm not talking about Chase. These are little kids or teens in a hospital bed, all right? Let's get them excited with a Wolverine card or a Marvel card or anything.
Anything, yeah.
I can put some cards I'll put them in a Ziploc bag, and I'll put them in the box neatly with everything else, and then I'll get sued by the hospital because a kid cut themselves. God help me all. But I want the cards. I would love to have cards, for all the reasons you guys and a lot of your viewers collect them. They're fun. They're great. Kids get interested in them. Teens love them. And the big fear will be the parent's going to grab it and say, I'll take this. I'll watch it for you. And that's fun too. And that's okay too, So yes, I would love to have anything pop culture, but right now my mission is, what type of cards can I get?
Just look above you there, Mark. Mark, look above you there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's all.
Looky there.
This man Matt has 1 or 2 cards.
This is the way this organization works. Mark asks, and manna from the heavens. Okay, look it. Love you guys. And I want to say this to all of you who are listening to me ramble on. You've probably gone to the bathroom 3 times, and I'm still talking.
I'll just tell you, Mark. I'll just go. I'm straight up. I'll just say, right, I'm going. I'll be back in 5.
Go. I'll still be talking.
Yeah, right.
No, this is good though, because it gives the people that are watching later on too an opportunity to learn about the charity some more, because they don't know about it. So it's a good way for you, as the founder and president of the company or the charity, to then
it's just
educate us on it.
Nathan, it's a passion. It's what I believe in. It's what I want to do. It's what I do every single day. The reality is, anything I can put in the boxes, anything that I can add to the boxes, is something that's going to make a child's eyes or a teen's eyes open wide. They're sitting in a hospital bed. They're bored. They're nervous. They're anxious. As adults, we walk into a hospital to visit someone, and our heart rate goes up. The gray walls. Imagine a child sitting in a bed, and yeah. So that's that's what we do. I have a fun DC story for you. So when I first started, again, I'm working with Image and Dark Horse, as I shared. But I wanted to work with DC. So I drop them an email and they tell me no. I don't like no. It's not one of my favorite words. When someone tells me no, it simply means I haven't phrased my question correctly.
Just not yet.
Well said. So I go back and I say, no, I guess you didn't really understand my question. I'm looking to help kids in hospital. Yeah, we heard you, Mark. No. We work with the Boys and Girls Club of America, and that's who we're going to work with. And not that there's anything wrong with your mission, but, no. Okay. Publisher of DC, send a note to Jim Lee. Unbeknownst to me, the same executive assistant opened the email that had been telling me no. Mark?
Oops.
Should I spell the word no for you? Yeah, sure. K-N-O-W? What? Spell it for me. Should I spell no for you? Stop calling us. Wow, I got my first cease and desist. I guess I must be doing something right. Flash forward 4 years later, 5 years later. I'm sitting in bed. I wake up at 3 a.m. This is a real story. This actually happens. And it's like, oh my goodness. And I remembered a comic that came out during DC's rebirth era. It was a story where Superman brings the Justice League of America to Metropolis Children's Cancer Ward, and they take the kids in the cancer ward on a field trip to the moon. It was a one and done, unusual story. It was very heartwarming. And you have the whole Superman and the Justice League taking kids on a field trip to the moon. And it was just a sweet story. And I said, I've got to use this. And so I reached out to DC. Out that someone who used to work with us at a different publisher had now moved into that role at DC, knew me and said, "Oh, Mark, I love the idea, but I don't make the call. But yeah, let me kick this to Warner. Okay, I'll let you know in a day." Great. Get a phone call back in the day. Mark, Warner loves your idea. My idea was to make this a jam book, to reprint this book with different artists every year, 2 different artists every year, and get this to kids in hospitals and the military, because it's a great story. So Warner said yes. So lo and behold, last year, for the first year ever, we created our own reprint variant of a Superman comic with 2 artists that we sent to hospitals everywhere and to the military. And we just finished doing it again. And when I come back on, I'll show you guys the cover, so you have a chance to see it. I don't have it right hand. It's hard to believe I don't have it near me, right?
Yeah.
But so now we actually work with DC, and that costs us, that costs us a bunch of money. I mean, we're not allowed to sell the book because it's a charity book, and DC gives us a price break on it. But let me explain what the price break was. We had to pay DC $13,000 this year for reprint rights and publishing rights of that book. Now, I was able to get advertisers to advertise a full page in that book. And I had 4 advertisers lined up, and at the very last minute, 2 of them fell through. They had committed, they were going to do it, and then they said, we're not going to do it. What that meant is that charity pays the difference. So I got $6,000 in ad revenue, and charity paid $7,000. So, did we have the excess money? Yes. Is that what I wanted to do with the money? No. But we had made a commitment to DC, and next year we need to make sure that we're smarter in how we get ad revenue. But we now have our own Superman variant that is very rare. I mean, there's probably less than 100 of these floating around that are going to kids in hospitals and to the military across the world. And we couldn't be prouder of providing the escapism and the joy of superheroes directly to the kids.
So cool.
But I want the cards,
really
guys.
cool.
I want the cards. I need the cards. If anyone's listening, I need cards. If I haven't said it enough, we need cards.
Now, you guys take physical donations as well, not just monetarily, right? You take in books and whatever else.
We
like
take
arts. Yeah, the companies are sending you stuff, but do people that are wanting to donate, are they able to send you physical?
Absolutely. Items? Anybody, every week, almost every day, we get trades, we get omnibuses, we get graphic novels, we get the single issues, the floppies. I get toys, action figures, Funko Pops. Send us anything. We're going to put it in the box. I mean, again, I say anything, but it shouldn't look like it's gone through, a personal war of yours. If you had a loved comic and it got soaking wet, don't keep it. It's a moment. It's your memento. All right. It's not a memento I want to pass on to the kids. They can be very loose. They do not, Michael. They can be loose. Absolutely. They don't have to be bagged and boarded. Again, these are not collectibles. And I go through all of these because I'll give them to the military if they're not super clean so it's all good. Yes, they can absolutely be loose. I get boxes sometimes of stuff that's just hodgepodge. I have no idea. I mean, as a comic collector, I like having things sequential in order. I get boxes of just random stuff. All good. I don't care because I'm going to hand these to other organizations for the military to put in boxes, and they're going to get all excited about it. So there's no wrong answer other than I want to make sure that what we provide to whomever we're providing it is of sufficient quality.
Yeah, I think we can absolutely help with the influx of cards that you may be needing. So a lot of us end up with a bunch of extra cards that just don't fit, that are beyond what we've collected. That are beyond what we've collected, that are just sitting in boxes doing nothing but collecting dust.
And it's great because what I want to do, what I'm thinking of doing even with the loose cards, and you guys tell me about what you think about this, is I was, again, just thinking of taking maybe 10, 15 cards randomly, putting them in Ziploc bags, and then taking each of those bags and adding them to a box, right? Go to the website again.
Okay, let me get that pulled up here.
I mean, the good things about cards, it's less weight and less storage as well, isn't it, than a comic book?
No, go down. Correct. Now go to the right-hand side. You see the starburst there? It says now shipping. Click on that. All right. So this gives you an idea of some of the stuff we put in a box. All right. So we work with color. We buy coloring books because the kids love coloring. We buy them. We get a discount on them. That Superman book on the left, that's one of our variants. Actually, it turns out. You can actually see it. That was by an artist called Art Baltazar, who created that. So we put the comics in there. By the way, you see the comics are labeled teens and all ages. We put so all our comics, when we put them in the boxes, are in magazine bags or taped and they're labeled. Children's books will be in the box, as you can see there. You saw the Funko Pops that we talked about earlier. That's on the right-hand side. I think that's Jujutsu Kaisen, the t-shirt. For those of you who are into anime or who love anime. We occasionally have some medical materials that are passed to us. We have, those are little play packs, which are color, they're mini coloring books with stickers. They're very, very small. We sometimes get Funko wallets and other stuff. So what I want to do, and by the way, every box has a cover letter. We put a cover letter in the box explaining what's in there. We even explain that the DC Comics deal with cancer. So to please preview that, because, again, younger, more impressionable viewers. From there, I want to get some cards and put some cards in there. And so that would be the next entry. So again, maybe 10, 15 cards in a baggie or more. And then in the now shipping place, I put the fact that we have cards, all kinds of cards for the kids. So that would be the thought.
Well, that's great, Mark. We're going to get the shipping information from you to be able to share on our websites and stuff like that as well for anybody that wants to make a physical donation. So our event that we run here at the end of June will be more or less a monetary fundraising event to then contribute to comic books for kids to help you guys with the expenses that you have.
Which is what listen, I don't want to downplay it. We need material, but the reality is we get material. What we don't get as often is the money to ship the material. And
right.
I mean, we need the funds to do what we do, to grow and to get bigger. So we have to have all, right? So thank you.
Well, we can definitely
however you donate.
Yeah. Question for you, Mark. I've been just because I think on the card side we can help a lot more than maybe you think. So how many comic books do you think you give per box, like on average? So I'm going to do some quick clown math here.
So if on average, we'll do 40 to 50 comics per box.
Okay. So if we do that, because I looked on your website. It looks like you gave out 120,000 comics last year, I believe.
Correct.
So if you do 50 per box, you send about 2,400 packages.
I would say that's probably about right.
Yeah. So 15 cards per package, that's 36,000 cards you would need. There are probably 2 or 3 of us that could give you that many if we tried.
I don't know whether to say. I don't know whether to say congratulations or condolences to you guys. You're as bad as I am on the. That's astonishing.
I mean, so many of us, when we put together sets, we end up with giant stacks that we don't know what to do with.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we're gonna take care of you on the card front.
You guys are great, and again, your viewers as well who are learning about us or what we do. Anything you want to do, however you support us makes a difference. Do a Facebook fundraiser. Tell 2 people about it. Just tell 2 people about us. As a charitable organization, we survive by awareness. So however, everyone can help, however it is. So thank you.
I mean, there's one thing as well that after we raised so much money and so many people gave away so many valuable items, so many artists and that gave up so much of the time, a lot of the people said to us, is the charity, recognizing what's going on? Is there any thanks? Can we see what's being done with what we've raised with our time and effort? Whereas with your good self now and your charity, we can see exactly what's going on. I mean, you don't have to specifically say Mentalcon produced this. We just see pictures of, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. Listen, you know what? I have said that we're going to be as transparent as we need to be. And that's what our Facebook is. We show the pictures. I mean, I encourage people to read our Facebook. I mean, I write. Every Facebook post I personally write. My daughter is the one that handles our social media. She puts it all out there. Every Facebook post is written by me. I manage the communication, so it's all positive. It's all good. And you see exactly what we're doing. You see our unit. If you go down a little further, you'll see the Halloween shipments we did for the kids. You'll see the Christmas shipments.
I saw those, yeah.
We show we show everyone what we're doing. It's important. I mean, again, it's very important that people realize. I had a retailer call me and said, "Hey, Mark, I want to come visit you." Great. I want to see your store. My what? I want to see your store. I don't have the store. I got a box where I got shelves and stuff in there. No, I want to come see your store. To tell you what, how about if I send you pictures of my unit? By the way, the pictures of our units on Facebook too. And he said, yeah, that'd be great. So I sent pictures of my unit. He goes, "Oh, it's like a little warehouse." Yeah. Guys, let me tell you, I'm looking at I'm doing this on an iPad that I decided I didn't need to plug in. Okay. My bad. And I'm at 6%. So
You're okay,
I'm going to probably bow out, charge this. And if you guys want me to come back in because you guys want to go to the bathroom and need 20 minutes for me just to keep talking, I can do that.
Sir, so you're plenty good. I think we've covered quite a bit about what the charity does, how we can help as our little mini, not organization, but group that we have, and what we're trying to do here with the Mentalcon. And
listen, very sincerely, never did I anticipate this would become what it is. And again, I've said many times, I'm glad to be the face of this. I can't do it though by myself. I need your support. I need support of your viewers. And you all are now my friends. And you are all welcome to call me, and do not be surprised if I answer the phone. And if I don't, Nathan, I will call back.
I know. It's like right away too.
Well, don't say that, Mark. We've got some real weirdos in this community, like some real strange people.
Could we edit this out for future YouTube broadcasts? Back that one off. Let's pretend I didn't say that. We're just going to do that.
It's out
That's
in the
probably
multiverse
the only
now.
edit I need, but we'll just edit that piece out.
I'm sat with two of them for a start.
What was that, Jakey?
Do you guys know? I mean, you guys are doing this now. You guys are doing this 24 hours, right?
Well, last year was a 24-hour straight live stream. We're still
Debatable.
hashing out the details if we're going to do 36 or 48 hours, if it's going to be straight through or if it's going to be broken up. We're still
You
working
guys
those
should just
details
put
out for
me
this
on.
event,
I could
but-
talk without taking a single breath.
So yeah, last year we just kind of threw the event together in a very short time frame. So we learned from that, like some things that worked very, very well, and we're gonna build on that. And every year we'll kind of build on it and see where this thing goes. But yeah, we're super excited to be able to involve your guys' charity and to help the kids out and because we always talk about it in Marvel Cards, like how does Marvel Cards continue forward? How does it continue to grow? And that answer is, well, you have to have kids involved.
You
for
have
us
to
to
have
then
kids,
now
but
become a
that's
part of
true of
this
any
with you.
pop culture, right? I would agree with that
Mhm.
being a pop culture concept, right? You have to have the kids involved. You want to have the kids involved. And again, so much of this is about the kids. So we're good. Look, I would love to come back on if you guys want me to. Don't
yeah,
hesitate
absolutely.
to text me. I'll pop back in. This is what I do. I love what you guys are doing. And I want to thank all you guys, all three of you, for taking your time in this holiday season to help us. It means a lot.
Yeah, there's quite a few of us that weren't able to make it here today because it is the holiday season. But we did want to get this out there this time of the year so that way people have a good understanding of what we're doing over the next 6 months to get prepared for our actual event. And Mark, thank you for joining us today. I know you got to pop out because of the battery on your iPad there. Chat, hang around. We're going to go over some of the things with the charity website that we're setting up for this and how that's going to work for you and how you can be engaged and actively helping out with comic book for
And
kids.
again, I will say this: anybody wants me to pop back on, you get some listeners that say, "Is he real?" Just text me. I'll pop back in if I'm around, and I think I will be today. Glad to pop back in and share more stories, or give anybody a bio break because I can just just go on.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Mark. Appreciate you and your time, sir.
Thanks, Mark.
Gentlemen,
See you soon,
and
man.
thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. That was awesome.
Can I drink now?
That's up to you, mate. You're in
What,
the
for
UK. You
sake?
do what you want to do, sir.
We've done the charity bit. I'll go and get the cider. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh my goodness, he's going to get the cider. All right, guys, the show's about to get really good. It was fantastic. That was nice. I like that. The background of the charity, talking about how they actually help and how we can help them. That's great. Because last year with Wounded Warrior Project, I love the foundation, but we got no feedback as far as like how any of that works or anything. And I know when people donate their time, their efforts, their art, they want to know what it's going to and how it's helping. And I think this is going to be great that this year we're going to be able to see the fruits of the labor out of that. So, but I wanted to pull this up real quick. I know Jake's getting his cider. He doesn't care anyway. I mean, he does, but so I wanted to pull this up real quick. This is going to be, so last year we used GoFundMe to do the charity for Wounded Warrior Project. Now, Comic Book for Kids has on their website, you can directly go there and you can donate. But we wanted a place that we could actually post the auctions and have them running for more than just, oh, buddy, the man, the myth, the legend, Doom. What is up, my man? How are you?
What's up?
How's it going, boss?
Going well.
Christmas time in Texas is going good.
Yeah, for the most part, it's
Excellent.
fine. Family's good, so yeah,
That's
really
good, man.
hopeful.
As long as everybody's healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
We're just going over the website this year, so we're using a company called Better World, and they essentially allow us to host the auctions, host financial donations, host raffles, all within the same platform. So like last year, you guys remember we were having to like, okay, here's the card that's being auctioned off right now. And then we had to like make up some fake amount of time to say, okay, we're going to run this. No more bids. All right, now we're ending it. This is going to allow us to actually say, this piece of art came in. We're adding it to the website. Make a post. This is now available for you guys to start bidding on. You're able to bid on it. And certain increments depending on what the value is and stuff like that. So if it's like less than $100, it might be like $5 increments or something. But you're able to bid on the item throughout the entire campaign, leading up to it ahead of time and everything. You can make financial donations anytime you want. So this is just placeholder right now. So we're still working on getting everything set up with this, but I wanted to show this to you guys. The link is mentalcon.betterworld.org, and I'll drop that in the chat. And if you want to bookmark that, then you can, and you can always just check back and see when things are popping up there. But we will be making posts on MCCW group, in the Discord groups and stuff like that anytime we add an item. Excuse me. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys how this works. So on the main page for this, you have your donate button. Obviously, you can go there and you can make a monetary donation. It defaults to $100, but you can change this to anything you want it to be. Some things of note here, much like GoFundMe does, they don't take any money from the charity donations itself, but they have to run a business too, and they have to be able to cover their expenses. So you'll see over here, it automatically puts this on here, depending on the amount of the donation. But if you didn't want to donate to that portion of it, you just click this, you click here, and it takes that away. And you can change that to be whatever. So maybe you only wanted to do $2 towards them. That's completely up to you. Or you can do nothing and it removes that. Now they do add the credit card fee to it. If you choose not to pay the credit card fee, then it comes off of the donations. So you can always uncheck that too. So now you can see my $100 donation would be $100, but the company would then take the 3% off that. So it would only get like $97 going towards that. But you just input your card information. That's for cash donations, right? Just like we had with GoFundMe, you could donate. Now, what I would say is if you're going to donate. If you're going to bid. Now, we are doing something a little different this year. We are going to, I think this is the first time we're announcing this, we're going to have a 9-panel puzzle that is 9 5x7s. It's going to be framed professionally, and it's going to be done by 9 different artists. And the way this is going to work, because we don't all have deep pockets, right? We all can't afford that kind of piece of art. And that would be an expensive piece of art, whether you're buying it or auctioning it or whatever. Yep. We saw that from last year, and we wanted to do something in a way that everybody has an opportunity to win. And how can we do that? Well, we can do a raffle. So the way the raffle is going to work, again, just a placeholder for this. We don't have the images yet because we still have to get the card stock. We have to get that off to the artist. We have to coordinate with them how they're going, what they're going to draw, who's going to draw what piece of the puzzle, get that art back, get it framed so that we can have the pictures for the final image done. So this is going to be like a coming soon sort of thing until that arrives. However, we're going to open this up as soon as we're ready to start opening that up. And what you'll be able to do is essentially, again, placeholder text, just to test it to make sure it's all working. So we'll finalize it, we'll do it. But the way this works is you're able to then go on here for the raffle, buy as many tickets as you want at $10 a ticket. That then is a donation, but it gets you into the raffle that will then draw on the live stream, probably on that last Sunday night, to then determine who wins this fantastic piece of art that's done by 9 different amazing artists in a puzzle. So if you guys are thinking puzzle wise, think the War Room, Battle Room from the X-Men set from the early 90s. Think the Fleet Ultra Avenger puzzles, something like that, but with 9 different artists doing it on 5x7 stock, all in a nice custom frame. So yeah, so we're going to be adding auctions here, and you'll be able to see each one as we get the arts back in, or the items or whatever is donated that's going to be auctioned off. Those will be placed here as well, and you'll be able to see all the individual ones. You'll have the raffle will be here, and then of course you'll have the donation links as well to be able to contribute. If you want to make a physical donation as far as cards or books, please reach out to us. Let us know. We can get you the Danger Room. Thank you, Vic. My brain was not clicked with what that one was. Yes, thank you. And happy holidays to you too, man. I saw you posted that earlier. So yeah, so that's kind of what we're going to use this year. Once the event is done for the year, we're then able to get that money transferred directly over to the charity, which is nice. A little bit of different back-end stuff than what GoFundMe had. So we're able to see all of that. And then we'll be able to see the fruits of what we've done here with MentalCon this year to help comic books for kids. So again, I dropped the link in. I'm going to pull this up here. This is the website. If you wish to bookmark that we're going to use this year for the charity event. This is going to make it a little easier on us as well. Oops.
Much easier,
isn't it? Easier on us as well. Oh my goodness. Because it's going to track winners, shipping information, and all that. You input that when you make your bid. And you don't get charged unless you win the auction. And the auctions won't end until closer to the end of the MentalCon stream itself. So if you want to be a part of the stream, reach out to us, let us know. Jake and I aren't going to be on the entire stream. We have additional co-hosts this year, Matt Fuller, Ian Taylor. We have Professor Oak. We have Greg Rebel Base Card. You know, we got Mexican Mafia guys. They want to be a part of it too. Swami doing his little thing. So we're going to have a lot more. The show's going to be longer this year. We're going to have a lot more people involved, a lot more groups involved. So this is a way for us to kind of
also
better run
things. Anybody like Doom's into lots of different stuff, like Turtles and animated Batman that we know is huge. Elusive into diecast. Well up for seeing tons of that stuff, you know what I mean? Just anything to do with the hobby. We did have this dream, didn't we, with MentalCon 24, that we could have loads of different people streaming about loads of different hobbies and like YouTube and be full of it. And then we'll encourage people to do their own side streams as well if they want to over the weekend. Just say, oh, I'm going to just put a MentalCon banner on my stream and I'm going to do something about diecast. I'm going to do something about Turtles or whichever.
Yep. And whether that links directly back to the website itself, you know, maybe they promote the website or something like that. It just brings more exposure to what we're trying to do here. And I think the charity that we picked this year is amazing. You know, yes, the money isn't going directly towards helping with mental health issues, but you got to remember that mental health isn't just something you throw money at. These kids that are in these hospitals, they're going through very hard times. They're away from their family all the time. Comic books, cards, coloring books, all that stuff helps them keep a stable mental capacity going on there. You know, it distracts them from all the things that they're going through, that pain that they're struggling with. So it is definitely mental health related. And for crying out loud, it's kids, guys. So that's going to be a big part of this moving forward beyond this year too, is finding ways that we can help those kids and those families make it through the tough times they're going through. So, but we wanted to share that with you guys, let you guys have a little update of what we're doing behind the scenes with the MentalCon stuff and where we're going to be taking this and what we're going to be doing with it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to let us know. If you want to be a part of the event, just reach out to us. And then we'll get, and if you wanted to be involved with the Star Wars aspect of things, let us know. We'll get you in connection with the host that's going to cover that aspect of the show. So that way they can start planning out their schedules for the time slots that they have. So we can start working all that together. What's up, Dre? How you doing, man? So, but yeah, so that's MentalCon. That's what we got going on.
You know
where we're at with it.
You know what we should do? I've always wanted to do this. We get Matt to close his eyes, turn round into one of them sketch card boxes, put his hand in, just anything random, and you've got to mix these boxes up first, Matt. You know what I'm saying, mate? You can't just fuck about.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
So have you not?
They do that.
Have you not seen my binder?
He's got the binder that he does that with.
I have a binder where I do giveaways.
Happy Christmas, mate. Love you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we can do.
Christmas.
We can get what we can do, right, Matt? What you could do is you label all your binders, let's say 1 to 10. We get the wheel out, and we have the numbers on the wheel, and then we let the wheel choose the binder, and then we have another one for the pages, and then the wheel chooses the page, and you've got to auction it.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I do, except the people choose it live on stream. They say page 27, card 4. So, but yes, I like the idea of using the wheel since you love that.
Yeah.
I love the wheel card.
One more thing, and I'm going to post it here in the chat. tomorrow we are going to be trying to run some box breaks to raise some funds for the initial costs and stuff like that we have to cover as hosts for the event. We have 8 sealed boxes of Marvel Allegiance. We're going to do them as packs. We have the link in the chat there. So what you can do is you can go to that link. You could sign up for however many packs you would like. The packs are $7 a piece, $5 shipping for your total order, regardless of how many packs you buy. That helps us cover the cost of shipping the stuff out afterwards. But we would like to do that tomorrow afternoon. I know it's Christmas time, and we'll open however many we sell. If we sell 1 box worth, we'll open 1 box, and then we'll do it again some other day to run some more. But that's what we're going to try to do to raise some additional funds. So all the proceeds from this are going directly to helping cover the cost of the card stock that we need to get for the artists, so we can get that out to them. Because last year, Jake and I took on that expense ourselves, and that is an expensive endeavor to cover shipping and taxes, or shipping and card stock and packaging and all that. So it's a way to help us raise some funds to run it we're basically running it as a nonprofit without being a nonprofit, because we donate the money that we receive out to other charities. So Feliz Navidad, Doom card.
And we'll figure out the specifics, but you'll be seeing throughout the year some posts in MCCW talking about different aspects of this. Normally, we're making an exception on, giveaways and all sorts of stuff for MentalCon, since it is a charity. So we hope to have everything doubled up there as well as on the main page. So there'll be plenty of information
on
on
the main page. It'll be in the Discourse too. So if you're not on Facebook, if you're in the Discord, you'll be seeing it there as well. Whether it's Spidey's Discord or Swami's Discord or wherever, we will have that out there. And I'm sure those people that are a part of the event will be sharing that stuff through their own stuff as well. So Keith, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Long time no see.
Just in time for us to wrap.
Man.
Just in time for us to wrap up. Keith wouldn't do it any other way. It's the holiday season, man. Everybody's got stuff going on. I know Spidey had his stream he was doing earlier, and we overlapped with that. But we appreciate you guys popping in. See some guys popping in that were over there, part of that. Trey, what is he saying? What is Trey talking about here?
I don't know who he might be talking about.
He's got to be.
Who he might be talking about. He needs to watch some English TV. Simple as that.
Bob, how you doing, sir?
Nice to see a lot of these names. It's been a while, so
yeah, it's been a while. Like we all kind of just, well, not Matt. Matt's been kind of like all over the place now on the internet. The rest of us kind of took time off, and we're just kind of like, we stepped back and let some other people do it for a little while.
Saving it up.
Oh, Trey, he was talking about you, Jake.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah. There's a surprise.
Yeah, if you guys, if you are popping in just now, we interviewed Mark Weiss from our Chosen Charity Comic Books for Kids for this year's MentalCon stream. Go back, watch that later on, learn about the charity, learn about what they're doing and how they impact kids' lives, and help them with everything that they're going through while they are in the hospitals. So, and they're adding to, we talked about a little while ago, they are adding to what they're going to be sending out in the packages beyond comic books, coloring books, children's books, pops, that sort of stuff. They're going to be adding cards to the packages, and I think that's where we can help out a lot too. So if you need shipping information to donate extra cards that you might have, again, something that's in pretty decent condition, whether it's extra cards, whether they're base cards, where they don't need to be anything high end, they don't need to be specific parallels or characters or anything like that. Like I've got stacks of cards here sitting on my desk that I'm able to just send out to them. Yeah. I've got boxes of cards over here that are just kind of hanging out that we're able, I'm sure a lot of you out there have stuff like that too, that if we could donate and they can send that out. Matt, you did the math, 2,400 packages.
Yeah.
Like 36,000 cards. Yeah. I mean, that's easy enough for our community to come up with 36,000 cards that are just extra base cards.
I've got 2 or 3 just over on my desk, right? And
that's going to get some kid a beautiful smile on their face for when they receive that, and maybe get them into, once they heal up and get out into the world again, and maybe it's something that they pick up as a hobby that helps them get through tough times. So.
Or it helps them spend the pocket money and the Christmas money and the birthday money and then the paper round money And then that could lead to stealing from your parents when there's $10 just hanging out of the wallet. Maybe it's not a good thing, you know.
So are you saying that we're contributing to the delinquency of minors? Is that what you're saying?
We could be, yeah. We could be
gateway drug.
starting a
gateway
epidemic.
Yep.
I'm
Too
joking.
good, too good. So, but yeah, I mean that's really all I got. I mean, I'm happy to sit here and just chat with you guys. It's fun being back around and hanging out. I've missed everybody. So being out on the road is a little lonely sometimes. So
Can't be lonely.
Yeah, I hope-
You've got a mate with you.
yeah, right now for a few more after I go back. So I go back out on the 5th. I got probably a couple more weeks of training / miles that I have to knock out before I get my own truck and start running my own schedules and stuff. So yeah, but I'm excited. That's going to give me more time even when I am on the road to be here with you guys. So
Once you've dumped him, you can just like have me back. You know, I've been thrown away for the past 6 months, but all of a sudden it'll be, oh, Jakey, where are you?
this guy.
It's, oh yeah,
my
we want to be
goodness.
friends now, do we? Yeah, we want to play now, do we? All of a sudden.
Yeah, well, we haven't had much for the Marvel Jerks podcast. We are going to have some of that coming up too, Christmas through New Year's. We're going to have some Jerk streams coming up. So we're going to force Jake to actually be on camera again for a while. So
Nice.
But and we've missed the NSDC podcast too. You guys have taken a break.
This
So
is what we should do. Should have a deal. If I do it, fucking Jesus has to do it as well.
that's his deal, man. I won't.
Yeah, of course.
I won't hold you to that.
You might, I don't know. We got to talk to the guys, see how they're feeling. You know.
There you go. There you go.
But it's nice.
I think
to
everybody,
see, everyone for sure. Especially, Vic, tamales. You know, they were good. There was success yesterday. A lot of tamales making. You know, it's Mexican household tradition. And Christmas time, we make those tamales. It's a lot of work too, so it's a family, endeavor for sure. And yeah, man, just nice to pop in, chat with you guys. It's been a while since I've been on a YouTube stream.
That was nice. We got to play some kart last night, so that was fun.
Kart.
So man, long time for that.
Yeah.
Matt came in, but then Matt didn't play. So I was like, oh, Matt, come on.
My Switch was at 0, so.
Oh, yeah. I went out without the Switch about halfway through my first couple months. That my wife and daughter met me up, and they brought me the Switch. And then my son was asking where the Switch was the other day, and the whole time I was out, I didn't play on the Switch at all. So because we were playing Among Us on the phone. So
yeah, it was nice. It was nice to beat up on Shane and Will. So that was nice. Always great. Fausto too.
Yeah, and then they all beat up on me, so I'm used to that. So
that was good.
I thought you got better, Nate. No,
I did get better, but I can only get so good. Will's got those cheat codes, man. Will's got those cheat codes locked in.
100%. Yeah.
And you got to get really lucky to beat Will. So
yeah.
Will's a shark. You knew he was going to be sharp when he first started playing. Oh, I never play it. No, what do you do? Holding the fucking thing upside down and that. Oh yeah, what? Yeah. Well, as you mentioned, the money. Soon it'll be cash, won't it? It'll be like. So we'll just play for 5. Yeah. We'll play for 5s, and then.
Oh wow!
Double or nothing.
That's what it's gonna be now. He's gonna start making his bid on it. So
Mario Kart Hustler.
Cheat code equals youngish thumbs.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So.
Tamales, yeah. My wife was looking up tamale recipes the other day. She was watching some Instagram reel about how to make like 200 tamales or whatever, and the lady had this huge, massive pot of stuff she was making. Oof.
It's a grind, man.
What is it? I don't even know what it is. What is tamales?
I don't know how to explain it, but they're wrapped in like corn husk, and it's like it's I think it's like a corn dough, or I don't know what you would call it, but then it's stuffed with typically like pork, dish, and then you steam it. It's you know what? Maybe like dumplings, similar, but like a Mexican version where it's longer. And
Okay, yeah.
there's variations. There's sweet ones that people do, but yeah, they're pretty good, man.
That sounds good. Yeah, does sound good. That I've been eating tons of pigs in blankets. Just like I want them every night. It's Christmas. Oh, it's sausage wrapped in bacon, isn't it? We haven't got the oven. We can't do the dough. You know what I mean? We don't have ovens in the north of England. We've got to cook over the fire and that.
I thought you were still eating
bacon.
I thought you were still eating jamon, from your visit to, Spain.
Oh, stay there.
Uh-oh. Now he's going. He's probably got some sitting around. He's going to get now.
Yeah. Yeah, he told us like we left and, we abandoned him. He abandoned us when he went to Spain for a while.
That's right. He did. Yeah. And then he took off to Italy.
Yeah.
And went to go see the Simone Bianchi exhibit, and Karma bit him in the butt for ditching us.
Oh, there you go.
Serrano ham.
Nice.
I love the holder.
There we go. Oh, look what it says on the front.
Hermano. Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh, that's fucking so good. Yeah, saved it for Christmas.
Nice.
Sorry, I'll put it back.
Will, the infamous Italy trip. Yep. Seemed like every day there was some other reason why the exhibit was closed. But yeah, guys, I just pinned. If you're interested in being a part of the Avengers or Avengers vs. X-Men box breaks at all, I just pinned that at the top there. You can check that out. Sign up for spots there. As people sign up, it'll automatically update how many packs are left in the top corner there. So that's going to help us raise some
the link for the payment info in there, like where they can.
I don't have that in there. I can get that. I'll get that added to the.
I do. I've got it. Jake McManus at hotmail.com.
You do not send it to Jake. Do not send it to Jake. Just send it to mine, because then the money will actually go where it's supposed to go. And Jake,
what are you?
I can't trust that. I can't trust that you're sending the money where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, it might go on that. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna. If you guys want to contribute to the Strongbow Cider Foundation, then send the money to Jake.
Yes. Thank you. I'll go next.
I mean, at some point,
uses a Hotmail address.
His AOL was taken. That's why.
Yeah, his AOL version was taken. Absolutely, Will. Dude, you guys could do this too. He says, Nathan, I'm going to buy a box. Can you donate all the cards pulled to Comic Books for Kids? Absolutely, 100% we can do that.
Or how about this as a suggestion? Donate all the base and auction off any hits for money.
Could do that too.
Yeah.
Will's buying it. We'll let him decide how he would like to do it. But yes, that's an option for you guys as well.
It'd just be a good use if you got like a signed comic clipping or an autograph that, while I'm sure a kid would find it interesting, maybe $100 would be better suited helping on the shipping costs with the charity.
And then as you sign up for them, I'll put, so basically like we'll put in that I'll share this here real quick. Give me a sec. I'll show you kind of how my plan is to do this as people sign up for them.
X23 isn't in that set, is shit. We don't want to be giving any of that.
Will signed up. He wants a full box. And Will, I'm just going to say full box. Donate CB4K. And then I'll put your total here for what that is. And then the PayPal information's right here. So this here will update as we.
So maybe you should move that cell off to D.
And move this over here. I'm going to go like this in 16 packs. So now you see there's 112 packs total left. So because there's 16 packs in a box. So 112 left. So if you're going to sign up, put your name here. Put how many packs you want here. I'll put your total in here. And if you're going to do anything like Will did here, let me know. And then I'll just input that information here so I can track all that for shipping as well. So,
and it probably goes without
That's
saying.
how we'll do that.
Maybe in cell E1, just right, or E1, just right. Friends and family preferred, just to save on fees.
Oh,
I don't want to break
Nate.
the rules. I know he's making me freaking enter all this stuff.
You're
man.
messing about with Matt now. You're messing about with Mr. Spreadsheet, aren't you? It's like, oh,
well, I mean,
what?
I told him. I said, can we make a post in MCCW after the stream today, after we announce the charity? And I said, I don't want any special treatments or anything like that. I want to follow whatever the rules are, whatever the
we are getting special treatment. Forget that.
No, I want special treatment. Yeah,
we're
special treatment.
We have the man.
Charity.
We have the man in charge. Yeah.
Everybody there is on board with it, so it's not like I'm enforcing my will or anything. Yeah. Everybody's on.
I want special treatment.
And if they're not,
I'm posting it and saying I want special treatment.
If they're not, then I will use the special treatment.
Yeah, kick them about a bit, Matt. You get kicked all the time. Kick somebody else, you get accused of it anyway. So just do it.
Might as well do it. There you go.
Oh, too good.
It's for charity,
for
God's sake.
Yeah, we'll make a post in the MCCW here after we jump off the stream. So it'll be there as well.
Yeah, of course.
With the link and everything for you guys to go to and coordinate all that. But yeah, we'll open whatever goes, here before tomorrow. We'll open that tomorrow. Jake, is 9 p.m. too late for you? Is 9 p.m. too late for you tomorrow?
Sorry, I just nearly spat my beer out of Victor's comment.
What time is too late for you tomorrow, Jake?
Me?
Yeah, we didn't designate a time for this tomorrow, so
probably all of it. I've got the Christmas Eve party with the grandkids, haven't I? And Jay.
Okay,
one second.
Worries. Yeah,
Andrea.
Oh my goodness, this guy. We'll just go like that. He can yell at his wife some other time. I knew he was going.
What time we leaving Jay's tomorrow? She doesn't know.
Vic, he almost spit into the camera. He sure did. See, it was a nice professional stream with the guest and the charity. As soon as he left, off the rails. That's what we do. So, but yeah, we'll have Marvel Jerks live streams coming from you, not podcasts, but live streams. Those will be coming up this coming week as well. So stay tuned for those. If you guys have any questions again about the charity, just reach out, let me know, and we'll work through any questions you have and get you guys going off in the right direction. So,
yeah, and
I've got an update. I've got an update. Sorry, on me tomorrow. Said, what time do we leave? The family party. Says usually when I'm too pissed to talk and I've had enough.
So like
that helps.
Noon. So noon UK time.
15
minutes like that.
Your arrival.
That's what she said. I said, what time do we usually leave? She says, well, usually when you're quite too drunk and I need to take you home. I said, okay, then that'll do for me.
It's too far for you to walk, is
it? Do it whatever time suits you, mate. If I can jump on, I will. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I know people will have
what's best for everybody else, isn't it?
Like that, family stuff tomorrow. But yeah, we'll do what we can tomorrow, and then we'll move forward from there and work on filling the rest of those out the rest of the week if we have to. But so that's it for me, guys. That's all I got. Otherwise, I'm just rambling. So it was nice to see you all again. I know that.
As opposed to what? That's what you normally do anyway.
As opposed to seeing your feet all the time.
Fucking rebel.
No offense to Jake. I know that.
There we go.
Just trying to have a laugh. Cheering that,
We did laugh. It was fun.
Sorry. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Appreciate you all. Feel free to reach out to us with any questions you may have. Take care. Have a great holiday. Have a Merry Christmas. If we don't see you before the New Year, have a Happy New Year as well. Please do not drink and drive if you go out and have parties and stuff like that. We all love you and we want to see you back here. So,
yeah.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.
See you later. Bye-bye.